Yeah, stage is yours, Remy. All good. Over to you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. To the Malaysian use group, Dynamics 365 in the Power Platform. I'm your host, Remy. I'm also together with Jessa. Uh, and today we're going to have a talk about Dynamics Field Service with Remote Assist, done by Devi. Devi Kumari Krishna. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
That's right.
Uh, yes. And every month we try to have a talk like this about Dynamics 365 or something else on the Power Platform. If people want to present, they can reach out to us, and we will try to arrange something. If you're not experienced with presenting, we're going to try to help you out, or even do like a co-presenting if you want. Um, uh, David Komari is going to present for us. She's a senior architect at BOS. She's even a certified architect with her TOEFL certification. And I think she's like 70 years, 18 years experience already in the IT. And she's an expert in Dynamics CE and in the Power Platform. I give you the floor, Davi.
Thank you, Remy. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Uh, first of all, I would start with thank you note for Malaysian community for inviting me to present this session. A quick introduction about myself. Myself, Devi Kumari Krishna. As Remy said, I have over 18 plus years of industry experience, touching my 18th year currently. So I've worked in various, software development life cycles, very proficient in analyzing the, requirements from the customers and, providing solutions in Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. So I touch base almost all, features of Microsoft in my experiences, right? So these are my handles. Feel free to connect with me in LinkedIn, post your queries to my email, and you could also save my contacts here by scanning this QR code. So today's session would be on field service, the extended capabilities of field service with connected architecture. And I also touch base the remote assist on how remote assist collaboration is supporting customers who are already using field service to extend the capabilities and use it from wherever they are, right? So it touch base the basic features of field service, what is work order and its life cycle, the connected architecture, and the remote assist collaboration. So a quick introduction on field service. The field service is a module from Microsoft specifically for scheduling and dispatching the frontline workers for wherever the service or agreements are there. So most of the organizations who predominantly use field service or OEMs, manufacturers, the suppliers who deal with large number of assets or equipments, transfer, right? So the service providers who procure equipments or who supply equipments also take care of servicing this equipments whenever required, so they maintain the resources who have this skill set of giving such services. So it requires people to be deployed at the offsite locations where be it in a remote place or be it in a registered location. If a service is needed, if there is a issue, immediately the person has to go there, inspect, and then fix the issue. So it is quite impossible that let us assume a scenario where a ship is carrying the containers which has full of vaccines, which has to be maintained with a specific temperature or certain parameters, right? So in such scenarios it is very difficult that if the container fails, we could deploy the engineer immediately and bring back the cooling system to work. So there was a need for remote assistance where over a call the first level assistance would be given, In the meantime, we make a person to travel to the residence place, right? So in such scenarios, remote assist plays a very big role in resolving the issues very quickly. So the capabilities of field service, or we help the customers in predefining the service agreements, where would say what kind of goods we are supplying, what kind of services we offer, whether we could have some maintenance contract where quarterly or monthly, the person will go and do the inspections of the vehicles to understand if everything is running smooth. So it also offers scheduling and dispatching the frontline workers. So we have a schedule board which could be manually tracked by a dispatcher, or it could be automated that the engineer is allocated pre-registered engineers for a certain location who will be available at that specific time. System would automatically identify and dispatch him. So we could maintain the stock of inventories, govern the movement of inventories starting from warehouse until it reaches the customer location. It is also capable of handling the return journeys where it is returned back to the vendor, right, when the cancellation happens from the customer location. So the other advantage is it comes with the out of box mobile app where all the service agents can install this mobile app in their mobile devices, be it Android or iOS. So the other places where the field service module is accessible is on the tablets, web versions, wherever it is, right? Okay. So this is the typical cycle where we start with the complaint registration from the customer end, which can be registered as a case. Auto conversion of case to work order is possible, or a manual work order creation against that case is also possible. Schedule, dispatch, provide service at the customer location, get it reviewed by the service manager, get it reviewed by the customer, approve it. If it is a predefined contract, adjust the invoice. If it is a a new fresh or ad hoc request, create an invoice and get the invoice paid by the customer. So I've captured few screenshots of the application to have the 1 hour session used effectively in discussing about additional features of field service. So starting from the case registration, it could be manual or in connected scenarios. The system is capable of talking to the IoT dashboards like Azure, where all the alerts which is posted on the IoT hub is effectively received in field service module. Work orders are created only when the configured scenarios. For example, there is a breach scenario. In the example I had given, whether the cooling system has to be maintained in certain temperature, whether the temperature goes below the benchmark or above the benchmark, an alert is created in the IoT. The alert is successfully received in the field service module, and a work order is created against it. And rest of the use cases follows, where case registration, work order creation, dispatching the engineer visits the location. So if you see here, there are couple of screenshots in the field service row 3 where I've captured the mobile view, where he navigates to the particular location, executes the work order by providing all the service tasks, digitally signs that he has performed all the actions required and completes the work order. The information is then received by the service desk, who calls the customer, understands that if he's happy with the service, and gets to close the work order accordingly, right? So the various actors who would be involved in the field service module is obviously the customer end customers, representative on behalf of customers, the dispatchers, the resources could be the field service agents or technicians, and the resources could also be the equipments which is registered in the system, and the admins who govern the operations of all of these people. So this is all the basic capabilities of field service. Now we will see how we are extending the field service along with a remote assist integration. So the remote assist integration supports the field service engineers with an additional app. The app is called as remote assist app, where it can be installed in the same mobile device where they have the field service mobile app, or they will be provided with additional gadgets called the HoloLens devices. So if the engineer at the remote site who is inspecting a specific faulty equipment, has certain queries or is unable to resolve the issue. So then he would wear his HoloLens, call the technician who is available at a very remote place, sometime outside the country or sometime outside the state, who would receive a phone call in his Teams, right? So and then he visualizes all that the remote engineer is working offsite through the HoloLens view. Then he will provide the necessary guidance, exchange some documents as reference, and he resolves those issues. So the extended feature of remote assist is it helps to work together from anywhere. A user of the platform, he can easily collaborate over Microsoft Teams. Either you have a HoloLens device or you have a mobile app. So if you are using a HoloLens device, the recommendation is that your internet connection is stable with minimum 1.5 Gbps, right? So it helps to solve the problems in near real time, where the extended technical knowledge of remote engineers could be effectively used. So it is also possible that you go around the equipment, right? So by wearing the HoloLens, so it is not a snapshot view that the remote engineer will see. He will see it in real time in an augmented reality view, right? So the typical use cases where I see the existence of remote assist today is in terms of collaborative maintenance and repair, in terms of remote inspections, where you want to share the knowledge, or where you want to provide additional training for the engineer at remote side to solve the problems. So here I would call interesting use case or problem statement that we had received. It is from the company called Rexroth, where they have huge cranes that works in the remote forest of Africa in cutting the trees, and in a specific dimension, and also maintaining the infrastructure of those forests without disturbing the living things in and around, right? So assume that this crane which is cutting the tree, where the engineer is at 2 to 3 kilometers height of the tree. So suddenly the crane stops and he's not able to come down. Okay, the machine stopped working, or the blade is not functioning, right? So it is next to impossible that a person travels from the city, supports this person to come down, or supports the crane to operate again. So it takes ages, or it takes minimum few days to reach that location. So in such scenarios, the remote assist plays the first level support, where he immediately visualizes, gives the first level of guidance, or sometimes a reassurance that we are with you, right? So this kind of support is really required, so that you don't emotionally take wrong decisions. So the kind of roles that support this remote assist is, we involve a technician. He would be the field service agent, or if you operate even without field service, the real technician with the remote assist app or the HoloLens device. So auditor or inspector, so this person would be supporting from the city, or from teams who is outside the the actual of location where the fault is there. A remote collaborator who facilitates these discussions, he also stays out, and he makes sure that the technician is getting the right support from the inspector. So during the teams call, like how we invite additional people, right? The remote collaborator would act like that additional support between technician and the inspector. So this is a very high level capture, where I started from a problem routing from the IoT gadget till it reaches the remote engineer to be acted upon. So the architecture is such that there is a tracking device which is implanted on the equipment, and the tracking device is constantly pushing the notifications to IoT hub. There is a stream analytics within Azure, which is watching all these things. So when a certain threshold rules is defined in the analytics, the breach is identified. So there is a rule governed by logic app or a custom rule governed by Azure functions, which which is taking the breach rules, identifies it as fault, and pushes it to the field service module. So these are received as alerts in the field service module, and then it is these alerts are properly channeled to the respective devices from where the alert is received. In scenarios where there are multiple devices or asserts registered in the system, the alert is rightly pointed to the correct device which is in fault, and then the rest of the field service use case follows. So assuming the dispatcher has deployed the technician would be using the field service mobile app to receive those work order bookings. He will also have the extended remote assist mobile app with him. So this is the space which is used by the technician. So in places where he needs additional support via remote assist, he will make a phone call which will be received by the remote collaborator in his Microsoft Teams. So this gives them the platform to exchange documents, record the discussions, or exchange images and stuff. So once all this is done, the additional advantage of this app is that it posts all the documents, the conversations that has been exchanged back to the work order as a related content. Right? Okay, the remote assist field service mobile app it comes with the out of box apps to be readily used in Android and iOS. So I have just given a snapshot of those devices. Field service mobile is what the technician would be installing in his mobile, and remote assist mobile app is what he will be installing if he is not using the HoloLens devices, right? Okay, so couple of success stories, which where customers have already started using remote assist. The key success story is with one of the known brands, L'Oreal, where remote assist is used for inspecting their different warehouses, doing the quality check of their products, if it is reaching the expiry, or if the right product is at the right warehouse, right? The quality audit is happening through remote assist, where we don't deploy a number of people, but the HoloLens is capturing it. The single person is able to go around the warehouse and do all this auditing. So additional customers like Burkhardt, Scaffler, they are also using remote assist for taking services remotely. So Burkhardt, I would specifically call out where they are into shipping industries, where the it is very difficult for us to deploy the person immediately. After they started using remote assist, they have made a statement. The digital officer has made a statement that earlier they were taking days or months to get the engineer on board. Now the problem is getting resolved in minutes or seconds, right? So this also increases the confidence of people using the services, and the safety measures are already proven from such success stories. Okay, so now I would switch on to the demo. So I end my presentation here. So I have logged into my field service. Hope you are able to see my screen switch to the Dynamics 365 web version of field service module.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's visible.
Okay, so as a customer, or as an agency who have used field service, so once I have the respected licenses, this is all the model driven apps that you would see. So all the operations of field service, let me go one step again. So assuming that I am the service provider, who have multiple customers registered to take my services, who have onboarded many equipments or many assets which is in the market, right? So once I log in, I have my services configured, I have my list of customers who are registered with me for taking my services. So in case I have some agreements with them, these are under the service deliveries. So let me take a FS demo account today. So I will directly go and show you how the work orders are seen in the system. Okay, so these are n number of work orders which the uh, contracted accounts are already taking from the system. So I have registered so many complaints, and the services are scheduled already into the system. So today I would start manually by creating a new work order, right? So let it is very simple, where I associate, assuming that I have received an email or a direct phone call that there is some fault in the system and I need support, right? So if the functional location is already known, so I choose my functional location. So whenever I create, it is in the very basic status that it is not its schedule or nobody is assigned to it. I'm just capturing the first level information. So if I know the primary incident point, I assume that there is a technical issue. So I'm capturing with this basic information. Okay, so the complaint is now registered. So this is the schedule board view of the dispatcher. So either he manually comes to this board, see the list of available engineers who can work at the specific time, or he can route the system to automatically pick the engineer and assign it, right? So now you can see that I have the list of unscheduled work orders, which is visible right here. So now I decide that okay, so let me map it with the available engineer. So let me go and map it with the HoloLens engineer. Okay, so immediately you can see that the work order status automatically changed to scheduled. So let me go and see here that this is a functional location, this is already scheduled with the engineer, right? So here I think I will be able to present my mobile view. Remy, did you also accept me on mobile so that I start sharing my mobile view for a moment?
No, I did not, and I cannot share you that. No, I cannot. Let me ask Danish if he's still available to do that for you. One moment.
Yeah, sure.
And you cannot show it on the screen here, eh?
Yeah, I wanted to bring the mobile experience also here.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
possible, I can do it right here. Not a problem.
yeah. Because I don't think I can contact Daniel at the moment.
No problem. I will bring the experience here. So let me log in a different session as a remote engineer. So what I will do, uh, mm, so I will be placing a call from my mobile, which we would be receiving it in this particular Teams channel, right? So I switch back.
And you're using now that mobile app that you can install.
Okay, so here you see that this is one of the resources called HoloLens 01, against whom I will be placing a remote assist call now. Okay, to bring the experience of mobile. So this is the model driven app which the agent would be visualizing in his mobile. So let us assume that we are visualizing at the mobile at the moment. So these are the bookings that he would be seeing, right? So I would be working on this particular booking at the moment from my mobile. So let us see how the status gets changed. Okay, right here I'm going to place a remote assist call. Okay, I'm launching the call. So you can see that there is an incoming call here. Okay. So
Hopefully
here
that
I believe you are able to visualize the incoming call, right? So now I'm accepting this call, right?
of course you're
So
also presenting, so hopefully everything goes okay.
yes. So I'm going to share from this Teams view as well. Okay. So I'm starting my screen share from my remote. So I'm going to post some messages that can you assist me? So you can see that, I'm receiving the message here. So I'm going to take some pictures from my remote assist app and share it again here for the remote engineer to look at the issue. Okay. So I've disconnected the call to see if the information that whatever we have discussed is right here. So now I go back to the work order. I just quickly hit a refresh. So in the journey, I make sure, I do multiple, inquiries with him. Back here. Okay, I've already posted the interactions to the work order. So now I got further doubt, so I'm initiating the call back to him, right? So while the previous assistants and the messages are here, now I'm accepting the call again because he has further queries. So again, he's going to start sharing. Okay. Okay, so I'm also going to record the session. Okay, now I'm going to write something and then take a snapshot of that. So I'm going to share the snapshot which has been taken now. So where it is, dark background, I cannot visualize the wires, right? So you can see that the image has already reached here. So now he can either transfer the call to someone, consult with different people, all the team's actions he would be able to do to extend the support to the field service technician. Okay. So from here, okay, so I'm saving further discussions to this call chat. Okay, so I'm turning the light here in my background so that whatever I visualize, the engineer can also see. Okay, so now I say that go and do the sharing here. How do you unmute?
And are you also sharing your screen now?
Yeah, I'm also sharing the screen now in Steam. Yeah.
Because we still see only like the contact person, but not the screen itself.
Okay, let me quickly check. You see the Teams window?
Yeah. We see the Teams window.
Okay.
But I thought are you also sharing the screen of your phone to the Teams, this Teams?
Yes, I'm trying to share that. I don't know if that is visible or not. Yeah.
No, we see only like the HoloLens 01 that you're connected in the call, and the screenshots are being sent.
Okay, let me share again.
At least my assumption is that we see the screen, the camera of your phone.
Okay, what I will do, I will capture it as screenshot, share it here.
Yeah.
In case of. Okay, I'm putting that as attachment right here. Okay. So here are the images of my mobile view where I have authored these, digital signature. So I've captured the blank visual where I'm unable to visualize the wiring in the equipment. So now I also want to exchange some processes. So I'm going to share a couple of documents as well to them, right?
David Dharani here, and do you? Sorry, I was there in the driving, and that's the reason I was not able to add you. So, do you want to show the mobile device here?
Yes, Tarani.
Okay.
If you are
What you
able
can,
to accept me.
yeah, what you can do is like you need to join the StreamYard link from the mobile. Then I will get a guest invitation here, so I'll be able to accept it, Devi. If you join the stream, yeah.
Yes. I believe you have my invitation now from mobile.
No, I'm not able to see it. 1 second, let me check.
Sure.
I'm able to see two. One is for your screen share and the other one is, yeah, now I can see.
Now you receive again.
But I'm not able to add that to the stream, Devi. I'm not sure why. It is saying like it's authenticated with Facebook, but I'm not getting an option to add that to a stream.
Okay. But I see that I'm already in.
No, you're already in the mobile device. So you're trying to connect from the mobile device, right?
Yes.
So that I'm not able to add it to the stream. I'm not sure why.
No, I'm saying I'm already visualizing me in the stream.
Uh,
Only thing is I'm not getting the option to share the screen space here.
so you have joined as authenticated user there, or you just joined as a guest
Facebook
user there?
user, guest user.
But I think you need to join as authenticated user. Then only you will be able to get that option there. One second. Let me
Sure.
try to go to settings and change some settings. Now, can you try once again joining the link?
I will.
Yeah, but still, I'm not getting an option to add it to the stream. I'm getting only edit name, kick from studio, and ban studio. I think there is some limitation with the stream you add. I think we cannot share the mobile
No
device
problem.
itself.
I will do the recording of the my mobile view and I will share it in the team chat here.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.
No
Yeah,
problem.
over to you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dharni.
But your story is very clear, Devi. So the remote assist the technician is on site and he's trying to call to the control room and he's trying to share his issues through the Teams
Yes.
call, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's very very clear, Devi. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's very difficult to, in a virtual meeting, show you back and forth, but we understand what's happening.
That's great. So now I will go back to the work order for the customer support person to understand how is the progress going on. So let us open the. Okay, now I'm going to post the informations from my remote assist app to see that all the conversations that we recorded are, coming across here. So while this is on, I will show you a couple of more work orders that had been acted upon by the same engineer today. Yeah. So you can see that, today morning he has worked on couple of, requests. So all the notes, anything that is exchanged, right? So we will be able to see those documents automatically. It will go to the file, document storage that we had enabled. Rather than the physical document, we would be seeing it as the links here. And the messages that has been exchanged, everything would be recorded in the notes section so that at any point of time, the service desk makes sure that, the right conversations or the discussions happening are towards uh, towards the progress of resolving the actual problem, right? So once this is done, so this was one of the work order which he has been acting upon. So once all the activities he completes from the booking, so we would see that physically, this schedule would automatically get resolved to closed. So I'm going to update in the mobile app. Hope you see that it is getting closed here, even though I don't share it across. Okay, so I updated it to completed. Yeah, it is completed. So I'm going to refresh here. Okay, so let me refresh this. You can see that it is already completed, right? So it automatically calculates the total time which the engineer has worked on and all the actions. So a couple of more work items which is already pending with him. So I'm going to capture those screenshots, share it in this StreamYard views, post this chat. So you can see that all the phone calls or any email exchange if that would have happened. So there is a traceability of all the activities within the mobile view, and all these, this is also available for the service desk engineer to track at any point of time. So the recorded conversations, everything will be stored in the document storage, which is linked to this. Okay. So now I switch to the service desk view. Okay. So the similar view is also possible within the HoloLens. So there are, the apps available for the, remote engineer to directly launch field service from his HoloLens device. When he launches remote assist, he would see a setting called field service setting within his remote assist app, and he can start doing the annotations right from there. Okay. So here you can see that this is a booking that we just closed, and the work order has already, moved to the status as completed, right? Yeah. So here against the work order also, all the informations are already tracked. It just not at the booking level, the information is tracked. Even against the parent work order level, all the informations are tracked here. Okay. There are a few more activities called, the resource requirement parameters. So it is possible that the remote, be it remote engineer or the field service technician, we come here to the system, and we capture their right resource requirements and skill sets here. Even if the technician is not available for certain period, or he is on a vacation, his time of request will be in the system. So whenever the schedule board operates, it automatically calculates this time of request and accordingly, assigns the engineers, right? So we can define the skill set, the characteristics of, the engineers here. So let me go to the resources. So you can see that, who are the type of resources who are available for booking. It could be a named person, or it could be a, equipment which we can take on lease. So those there are different, I mean, if the resource type is user, I will be able to allocate users. If it is a device that we are temporarily leasing out, there is even the equipments. Or if it is an infrastructure that you are temporarily handing over, then it could also be a facility, or crew, even management team that you can deploy for the service. So these are the capabilities which field service readily offers as a service. You could have a contact persons, users, devices, entire event management, or entire crew to support, entire facility like an office space, or a business space to use it, or be it a pool or anything, right? So we could configure the agreement accordingly, that for a period of so and so we would be leasing this space or this equipment, and we would provide so and so services. All those agreements would be physically stored in the CRM contracts. Once this is done, we also take care of the characteristics. Say for example, now I am taking a user, right? So I will be able to define the skill set characteristic, define totally add a new characteristic into the system, against which, for example, now I say that so I want to deploy an engineer who is capable of using a HoloLens device. So I just define a meaningful name like HoloLens device usage certified person. So just define this as a characteristic in the system. Okay, so this is the expectation as a skill. So then I allocate one of the engineers against it. Oh, it is taking the same existing person. Okay, so I'm not able to take this person. I will create a new resource. Maybe it's not able to find the existing resources. Let me discard, bring one of them. Okay. Okay, so now I will start mapping. Okay, let me create it as a new user. For some reason, I'm not able to take him.
Does he have like a different, not the right view or something? Strange.
Okay, because he's configured for the time of request. Let me pick a different user. Okay. Okay, he's already there. Okay, he's not configured as an agent. That is the reason it is not coming. It is picking up the agent view. Okay, let me try to create a new user. Okay, now it is able to recognize. Probably it is lacking additional resources in the system. So I might have to, get rid of him and then do it. Okay, I will try to add characteristics to this existing person. Okay. Okay, so this is better. So if I have to, I could also define that, on a scale of 5 where he is. So far I have not configured anything, so it is not appearing here. Okay, so now I'm able to do for existing users from the resource, I'm able to associate the characteristics, right? So similarly, I could also categorize, his working based on his working time, or based on his skill set. We will be able to create some resource categories apart from the. We could make some groupings based on their available time zone, or based on the certified people, or based on their experience level, based on their area of service. So like this, we will be able to create and keep resource categories available in the system. So what would be their pay type, whether they receive check or the registered employees who get the at accounting, all those things are possible. So these are the work hard templates. If I want to configure the specific work hard for any of the resource, I will be able to associate here. So I just quickly define a template, associate a template resource. Okay, so I go in, associate additional details to it on what would be his template, or invite a custom template and associate it against the work template record. All those things are possible. Okay, so these are something with respect to the characteristics. So if I have my products which is already available in the system, right? So my product inventory masters would appear here. So if at all, the movement of product from the warehouse to the customers, or in terms of returns, how the inventory is adjusted back, how the return is mapped again back to the vendors, all those things are configured under this inventory module. So right now I don't have any of the products defined in the system apart from the default. So this alone is the warehouse. I will be able to go and associate product inventories against these resources. So if at all a product is purchased, its bills, receipts, the order history, everything is also maintained from the field service view itself for the service desk people. Okay, so the existing orders or the invoices that had been done by the customers, so even the sales view is also associated to him, so that when I say that I should not be raised an invoice against this in a work order because it is governed with my document, always he can quickly switch to this view and take care that an agreement exists or a pre-order is already available, which is already it is a fulfilled order in the past. So those things are possible, and he could entirely start creating a new quotation, give it to him, and operate the order based on the new quotation that has been accepted by the customer. So with this, I stop here and stay open for questions on the remote collaboration. I will make sure I also publish a video of the mobile view today and share it with Dharani so that he can add it to the live.
Yes, thank you.
So Devi, first, go ahead, Remy. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So Devi, very, very well demoed. Actually, you covered the desktop view, the mobile view, and I'm trying to catch up with field service. I'm new for this, so this actually the whole video gives me a full overview of what field service is capable of. Fantastic. So one question that I have right now is, it's a basic question in this particular industry, especially the remote work order creation industry, right?
Mhm.
So whenever the technician goes on site, right, the technician will have multiple tasks to do, like in
Mhm.
a specific work order. We call it as a job list or a job.
Yep.
So, or operation, right? So do we have that operation level visibility in a work order? That's my question number one. And the
Mhm.
question number two is, on an operation level, it's a basic requirement in this industry where a specific technician needs to clock in, which we call it as time registration, and then he clocks out of that particular job and then he clocks into other job, right? So
Right.
this is like a very, very important requirement for this kind of industry. So does the field service cover all of this out of the box, or do we need to do any adjustments to accommodate all this?
Okay. So field service covers out of the box. So for
Hmm.
example, if I
Hmm.
have a specific, in work order type or incident type that is configured in the system, right? Say,
Hmm.
assume that, it is an equipment fault. So I
Hmm.
will be able to create some service tasks which will be automatically associated when it identifies a work order type fault, work order in the system. So it
Hmm.
associates 1 2 3 service tasks against it. So it also gives me in a privilege that I go and associate additional service tasks which is not defined by the system at any point of time, because the technician at the field, he would have performed additional actions, right? So they will be recorded as service tasks in the system.
Hmm.
So once this is done, so if there are multiple service tasks which is associated in the bookings view, right? So let me open any one of the booking.
If people have questions from the audience, please put them in the YouTube chat so that they can be answered.
Yeah. So in the bookings view also we would be able to see against which work order this booking has come. What are the associated service tasks which the technician has to take care? All this would get automatically associated there in
Hmm.
terms of the existing out of box relations. So he can clock his start time of the activity and end time of the activity, the actuals, everything he will be able to record here. What is the total duration he spent, whether this person is available to work on it with a full capacity or not. All those information out of the box it already provides the fields that is that can be utilized. And it doesn't stop there. Additional information also we could extend the customization of the basic question and we could start using it.
Great, great, Devi. So you really inspired me to get started with my learning journey in field service. If I have any questions, I'll definitely get back to you. Thank you so much.
Sure. Glad glad about it.
Yeah,
So
I don't see any questions from the audience yet. I also have some questions. Because you show that heuristics. I assume that you also can use that to for connecting the right work orders to the right people. And you can also do that like auto scheduling. It's also using that heuristics.
mhm.
It's using that to do the auto scheduling.
Auto scheduling is definitely possible, yes. So you could configure simple workflows which would and also now there is something called routing schedule board which helps to automatically route the work orders against the technicians if the configuration is there in the system. We
Okay,
call it
okay.
as unified service routing.
And it's using like those categories and those characteristics
Yes, yeah,
as part of that. Ah,
yes,
okay. Okay.
yes. And when I
Devi,
have the right data,
I have one question. This unified routing service is part of RSO, or it's coming without the RSO part?
it comes without the RSO part.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you are saying is like if the RSO is not there also, if you configure this unified service routing, then it will automatically allocate the work orders to the bookable resources. Am I right?
Yes,
Without the intervention of the dispatches.
yes, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. So if there are no further questions, I would like to share a video or recording. Maybe Dharani, I request your help to take it to the live chat. So that people watch how the remote assist experience is, right, which they couldn't see in this call today. So I will be sharing the recording as well with you.
Okay.
Sure, Devi.
I will quickly see if we could share that here. Just give me a second. For this, I might have to stop my sharing for a second and reshare my screen. In the meantime, you can help me to understand if there are further queries.
No, not yet. I maybe have like one query. You see that they're using that remote assist app. Are people using it more on the mobile, or are they actually using tablets to the people when they are at an incident or at the thing trying to at a case to fix? They're using that more tablets or more their mobile phone?
They mostly use, the mobile devices which they have so that they don't have to carry additional gadgets with them.
All right, so okay,
Yeah.
everything in their phone.
Yeah. So
And
once,
yeah,
yeah, go on.
and you said like the everything is recorded or stored with work ordering. Is that like the chat is being stored and all the pictures that being shared? Is also the audio being
Yes.
recorded?
Yes, since the
Okay.
complete call happens via the Teams channel, right? So it is able to capture the recording in the Teams. Also, in the remote assist app, we have the facility to do the recording of the sessions. So
Oh,
whatever
great, great.
conversation he has with the remote collaborator, automatically it gets recorded and it is available. So let me quickly see in the Teams channel which I had kept it open to see if the recording is there. Yeah, I am sharing my screen space again. Okay, so it's going to be available. So hope you can see my screen. Okay,
Yes.
you can see that, during the demo, we have been connecting with this user, right? You can see that automatically this has been recorded, this call. So this is available within the Teams channel also. And this I will be able to, share it also with the person who is, because both the people are registered under the same uh, subscriptions, right? So only thing is he's in Teams and he's on a different app. But all the information can be stored in the organization's SharePoint or OneDrive and can be referenced anytime. The link for this is also available under the work order that we had seen, so that
Great.
the recording URL can be accessed rather than storing the file and increasing the capacity of the D365 environments.
Great, great.
Okay, offline maybe I will share the a video which I was talking about, so that that would stay in the comments of the live stream.
Yeah, we will post it into the comments so people can view it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. It was a nice talk. I didn't know know a little bit about Vitro, so this is like a great talk and overview, and actually showing the remote help. That's like perfect and a good feature. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for all your support, Malaysian community. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Everyone, cheers. We'll see you at the next month meetup. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.